Welcome back to my channel, Thrive for Five. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I wanted to go over some things that are actually one thing that is kind of the topic in a lot of households now, and that's spring break. I feel like the key to having a great spring break, a memorable spring break, is planning. What you don't want to do is wait until the last minute when everything is booked, everything is overpriced, and you end up just sitting home looking at each other, all day. So hopefully with the little tips that I will share today, you will be able to create your own memory making moments and really enjoy yourself. So first things first, remember when I did the other video, I said that it's so important for you as a family or as an individual, whomever, married, single, it doesn't matter, to create a list of places that you want to visit. So now is the time to pull out that list. And so we have our list. Now our spring break is the week of March 16th. And so I personally don't want to take the whole week and be away from home. I do enjoy a few days being home and not doing anything and letting the kids just kind of lounge around, play video games, and veg out. So our trip is a little shorter in spring break. And so that means that the places that I would have on my list that I would like to spend a lot of time with, I'm not going to focus on those. I'm just going to look at places on my list that'll allow me to go, have a nice time, experience that place, and then get on back home. And so I'm just going to just randomly pick a place that we have visited before and have loved and really do want to go back. And so the first thing that I would do is go into Google and I would take my departure city, which I live in Tampa. So I'm going to say Tampa to Chicago. So right now I'm going to go ahead and change the dates, and I am going to make the vacation from the 15th through the 18th, just a short little getaway. So right now the cheapest flight would be multiple airlines. I'm just going to click on Frontier because I know Frontier and Spirit, the price is going to be a lot cheaper if I book it at the airport. I could do Delta, but my theory is why pay more when I can pay less? And it's a short flight. It's about 3 hours. Actually, they put that there. It's probably more like 2 to 2.5 hours. So it's a quick flight. So I'm just trying to get there. So I'm actually going to click on Frontier because they're the cheapest. Once I click on Frontier, I still notice the price is $185. But here's where I always go. I always come up here. Actually, before I come up here, it's $185 for Tampa. I don't like that it arrives at midnight. That's kind of But I'll also put in a close city to me, which is Orlando. We do not mind flying from Orlando. So Orlando is a little bit more expensive, but look, the time is better. So 204. So what I'm going to do is click here and then click reset. When I click reset, this shows me all the prices for the different dates that I can travel. So I put in the 15th through the 18th, but I could travel on the 14th and come back on the 17th. And now that ticket is going to cost me $141, and the time is really good. So this is a good price. And then if you go to the airport, that ticket is actually going to be just $100. So I would definitely play with Google with their flight information and see what works best for you. That's the first thing I do. I need to see if we can fly somewhere. If I don't feel like driving somewhere locally and I want to fly to a city, this is the first place I go to. So once you have an idea of how much airline tickets are going to cost, then it's time for you to decide, okay, what is there to do in that city? So it's one thing to get to the city. It's another thing to be able to enjoy the city and experience everything the city has to offer. One of my absolute favorite websites is TripAdvisor. So I will always type in things to do in Chicago. Now, whatever city that you're going to, obviously you're going to type that city in into the Google search, and TripAdvisor always pulls up. TripAdvisor will show you things to do and then the prices. I also will use this website in conjunction with Facebook. Sometimes the city will have a Facebook page of events and whatnot, just like Tampa has. And that way, that will let me know when we're going what kinds of things there are to do. Remember, when I did my other video about traveling, I said it's really important to create an itinerary or to have an idea of what you're going to do. And so once I take a look at this and I say, oh my gosh, there's so much to do in this city, I know that flying there is not going to be a waste of time. There will be things for me and my family to do. So you have your flight. You know that there is something that you can do to make yourself have a wonderful vacation or getaway. So now you have to think, where am I going to stay? Now, this is a website. A lot of you may already know I'm actually a travel agent now because I help so many people with traveling. I was like, let me just become a real live travel agent. So I advise you to go to this website, latoyadesimore.intellitravel.com. I'll link that down in the description link of the video. And when you go to the website, all you have to do is just sign in and sign up for an account. And the information is just for me. I can send you personalized information with your email. So it's not like I'm selling the information to anyone. Plus, I wouldn't even know how to do that. So now I would type in hotels. And then I'm going to put in the city that I want to travel to. So Chicago, Illinois, and the dates that I want to travel, which I think I said the 14th through the 17th, because it's going to be a pretty quick trip. Or maybe I said the 18th. I can't even remember. I am going to put 2 rooms. 1 adult in each room, 2 kids. You know, I got these kids, honey. I'm gonna put 12 because I'm not booking right now, and this doesn't change the price with their age. So it doesn't matter if I put in the right age. I just want to see how much the hotels are. So with that, lots of hotels are going to load. If you have some points or something of that nature, check with the hotel directly or other sites that you prefer to just look for a great deal on a hotel. And yeah, okay, so now this pulled up. So you were able to kind of search the hotels. You can do it by rating. I like to stay in 4-star. That's just me. That is just me. Ooh, the Chicago Oak Lawn. So $9.78 for 2 rooms, 4 nights is actually not a bad price. That's probably going to be the cheapest. So let's say if this is the hotel that I want to stay at, which is probably a hotel that I would stay at. I like the Hilton. So I always will copy and I will go back to Google. And then I will copy and paste that hotel into the search engine just so I can go on to TripAdvisor. I love TripAdvisor. And then I am going to read all of the reviews about the hotel. This is something that I always do. Oh, wouldn't stay here again. Great hotel. Hilton Lawn, beautiful, excellent hotel. So I always read the reviews and I always look at other pictures that travelers have posted and dining and look at the room. This is a really, really nice hotel. Wow. Okay, so I'll look at that, and then if I like how the hotel looks and it's within distance, I will click choose room and go ahead and book those rooms. And so that is like the kind of the final step of what I do with planning a vacation. So again, real quick, I will pull out my list I will go to Google Flights, look for flights that are affordable to the city that I want to travel to. And I may be researching at least 2 or 3 cities depending on what I have on my list. And I end up always going with the one that is more affordable for me to fly there with my 4 children and my husband. So once I have my flights, I make sure there's something to do in that city. Once I know that there's something where we can really create those memories, then that's the location that I'm settled on. Then I look for a hotel for us to be able to stay in. If I need a car rental, I always just kind of look for a great deal. Usually car rentals for us, we need a minivan or an SUV that seats 7. It's like $360, $350. But if you sign up for hotwire.com and get get their emails and whatnot, they will send you a coupon. And I never book without that coupon. And we're able to save so much money, more than half on a car rental. But you don't always need a car rental. Sometimes you're able to just get around with the Uber or, the subway, depending on where you're going. So those are my steps. And it really doesn't matter where you go. For spring break, you do not have to go somewhere fancy and grand so that you can post on the gram and be like, oh, this is where I am. No, just pick a spot and go explore. You are going to have a good time because you're with the people that you love. Or you're by yourself. You're going to have a good time because you're doing this solo trip on your own. So the important thing is just kind of getting out there and enjoying yourself and not focusing so much on, how grand or, this, luxurious vacation was. No, just find a spot that's affordable within your budget and go. Go and make the most of it and enjoy yourself. So hopefully this video was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave them down in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe the video. And I hope you guys have a great spring break.